I found this apartment complex and I went and I noticed that there was a dog park in front of this tennis court. And I had gone there to nominate the tennis court, but I opened it up in that Pokemon map info to see where the cells were, and I saw that they were in different cells. My intent was to nominate both. All right, go back to the Pokemon Go app, and you're going to hit the Pokeball at the bottom of your screen to submit a Pokestop. Then in the upper right-hand corner, it says Settings, click that. Then in this menu, press Uploads, and then New Pokestop. All right, it brings up a map for you to place the pointer. That's where the point of interest will go. Then click Take a Photo, and you're going to want to go to whatever you're nominating and center it right in the middle. Make sure it's a really good picture. They're going to show you the picture once you upload it. I like to wait a couple seconds before I click that check mark, because sometimes I've had the app crash on me if I didn't wait. So click that check mark and then verify it's in the right place. You can always retake it. Then go back. It's going to ask for an overview shot. I ended up walking back to the tables because I wanted to get the tables and the chairs and the umbrellas in the shot. I took the mural so you could see the tennis court to the left as well. Again, I waited a couple seconds, then I pressed the check mark. Verify it's okay, you can retake it. All right, then we're going to add a title to this, and I'm going to call it Pooch Park because that's what the name says in the mural. Press OK. Then you want to add a description. You do not want to say anything in here about Pokemon or Ingress or Niantic, anything like that, because they want to use this for other things. So I'm going to use this space to tell people about what is here. And in this case, it's benches, tables, shade umbrellas, and a dog run east and northeast of the tennis courts. You don't have to get too specific here. Just tell people what it is that you're nominating. This is going to be in the Pokestop or in Ingress, whatever you call it there. Then it's going to have you pick categories. I'm going to pick dog park as the first one. And then because Niantic wants social areas, I went to outdoor recreation and then hit community park because I want them to think that a lot of people can have access to it. And then I also wanted to say that it was a picnic area because of the tables. That also implies being social. I'm just going to verify everything and then I'm going to hit confirm. Then it's going to bring up, this is not what's going to be in the game. This is going to be what you're showing the reviewer. This is where you prove why this should be in the game. Do not use this space to plead for them to approve it so that you can get a Pokestop in the game. That just makes people irritated, especially Ingress players. Dog parks qualify. The overview shot was taken from the Pooch Park table and umbrella area east of the tennis courts. The Pooch Park mural is on the northeast corner of the tennis courts, but I am going to modify that. And then you either upload now or upload later, depending on what kind of data plan you have. I am going to upload now. Now, unfortunately, I live in the desert, and it is definitely summer. You can see this spin, spin, spin. That is because my phone is overheating. I have had submissions not go through because it's overheating. So I like to make sure, in this case, that my car is nearby. I went back to my car, I turned on the AC full blast, and I waited for it to cool down, and then I was able to upload it. Unfortunately, this is the reason I didn't do the tennis court. But let's go back to my house and figure out how we can improve this nomination. because I saw different imagery when I went into the app versus when I actually placed the point, I came home and I looked at imagery. On the left is what shows in Google Maps, and I'm pretty sure I was here, but it shows at least the remnants of another tennis court right here, and there are no tables. I happen to have a Mac, and so I opened Apple Maps, and look at this one. So I came and I parked in these spaces over here. Here is the tennis courts. It won't let me zoom in any further, but you can see these blue right here. These are the umbrellas. And in this one, there was like a wall going at the back of the property, and you couldn't go into that area. Well, it looks like they've taken that down, and that's where the dog run is. So here was the mural right here. This was the table that I was sitting at when I took the pictures. But whenever people are reviewing my submission, they're going to see this, and that's a problem. I came up with a solution. As a submitter, it is my responsibility to look up this stuff so that when a reviewer looks at my submission, they probably only look at something for a minute or two, unless it's really good. I have to give them exactly what they need to know that this dog park is there. I went to Google Earth Pro, and here we go. This is the same imagery that is in Google Maps. But if you're not familiar with it, I've mentioned it in another video before. It says show historical imagery. All right, this imagery is from February 2019. When I press this, look what happens. We are now looking at that imagery. It's not letting me zoom in very well, but here are the umbrellas right here. This is the dog run. This is what you tell your reviewers. Now, let's go to my submission and figure out how to edit this. This is a really good shot. I'm glad it turned out so well. I happened to notice when I was taking this picture the camera that was there, so I tried to make it real quick. All right, the description says benches, tables, shade umbrellas, and a dog run east and north of the tennis courts. Now let's think of that in terms of the criteria that Niantic has come up with, and that is a place to be social, a place to exercise, and a place to explore. And my description doesn't really cover that exactly. Although dog parks qualify, there are people that are going to look at this and say, well, it doesn't fit that criteria, I'm going to decline it. So I will change that a little bit. It doesn't show you the imagery here, so you can't verify. Here is my overview shot right there. And so my goal was to capture these tables, the benches, and the shade structure, and the tennis court, because I knew you could see the tennis court in the aerial imagery. And now it says dog parks qualify. The overview shot was taken from the Pooch Park table and umbrella area east of the tennis courts. The Pooch Park mural is on the northeast corner of the tennis courts. So I can definitely improve upon that. I am going to hit edit. All right, so this brings up another screen. I'm still going to call it Pooch Park because that is what is in the picture. The description, the benches, tables, shade, umbrellas, and a dog run east and north of the tennis courts. That's pretty good for a description. I think I'll leave it at that. The supplemental information is where I'm going to put the information for the reviewers. Dog parks qualify. They do, but why? I mean, your dog is going to exercise, but you're just going to sit there. So I'm going to change that a little bit and say, and the picnic / shade area associated with the Pooch Park is a great social area for the dog owners. All right, so now I've added social in there. The overview shot was taken from the Pooch Park table and umbrella area east of the tennis courts. The Pooch Park mural is on the northeast corner of the tennis courts. Now, what I want to add is what I figured out from looking at imagery. I'm going to say the imagery Google shows in Wayfarer is from 2019, and the area has been renovated. The imagery shows correctly in Apple Maps, and when you hit historical imagery menu button in Google Earth. By saying that, I'm hoping they know what I'm talking about. I really don't want to go into a huge description here. All right, in Apple Maps and Google Earth historical imagery, I'm going to say which shows 2023, you can clearly see the umbrellas that are in the social area of the Pooch Park. I think I've covered everything, and I'm going to say it's done. And that is how you properly submit a Pokestop or a point of interest when the imagery does not match what is in real life.